What's up everybody, this is Goku here. Today we're going to begin part 2 of What If Goku's Born God Key. Now we're skipping the next 3 years time skip. When Goku and Piccolo would have fought, and Piccolo decided to join alliance with Goku, designed to not be his enemy but his ally. Seeing is how strong Goku is. Piccolo would have still trained but not as hard as the original, knowing that Goku is strong enough to handle other threats. So yeah. Now, Piccolo by the time would have not trained hard, but he was still train real intense. I'll say his power would have reached Rise's power of 150. Uh, of 1500. When Rise tries to attack Goku, Raz managed to find Goku, explain everything like in the original, but see his power, Raz uses his graded form. Thinking that he might defeat Goku, Goku just powers up in full power beast form. Having a power of 18,000, Goku is stronger than Raz in his graded form. He is as strong as Vegeta in base, so practically equal base to base. Before he can deliver the final blow to Raditz, Goku would have attack instead of Goku, shocking him as Gohan's power would have skyrocketed, actually reaching Goku's full power in base as he transforms to Super Saiyan God and even goes higher than that. Instead, Gohan would have obliterated Raditz, which would be shocking to all Z fighters. Goku actually kind of surprised, and he realized that Gohan needs to train just like him in the past. Everything most like Go is the original with the Saiyans still designed to go to Earth. If you're wondering, yes, they do know about the Dragon Balls. Because Rise did cause a lot of calamity damage, and yeah, they can't mention it without realizing the scout was still on. So yeah. I want to say that throughout the 1 year of training, the Z Fighters would have been taken by Kami, except Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan. Kami were trying to help Gohan control Super Saiyan God alongside Goku guiding him as well. Piccolo would have trained with Goku to increase his base power. For humans, I must say that they're teleported to King Kai's planet and train much longer than they would have had. Also, I must say that they only train for around the 6 months like Goku and have incredibly high power levels. Now, they also go to a Highball Time Chamber and teach both Goku, Piccolo, how to use the Kaioken, which made theirs much better than the original. Now here's the powers I'll be giving to Z Fighters. I must say throughout the 1 year, their powers would have increased, but not by a large margin. For Goku and Piccolo, their powers have increased a lot because Piccolo not only has much more ki, but also is much more powerful. Goku having a base power level of 120 at base. This is power level at the Namek Saga, which just proves that Goku is strong as he was in the Namek Saga. Next on the list, we have Piccolo. Yes, it's not Gohan, it's Piccolo. Because Gohan still needs to learn how to use the God Key and control it. He cannot control it to its full capacity, but he can still use it pretty well. So yeah, Piccolo has a power level of 90,000. He can use Kaioken times 10 without no strain to his body, because of his Namekian regeneration. He can also use Kaioken times 20 as well, as for Goku he can use Kaioken times 20 as well. Because he can stack on top of Super Saiyan God because he has a natural healing factor. So yeah. Next is Gohan, having a power level of 50,000. Yes, Gohan does not have close to power level to Piccolo because he does not have control over Super Saiyan God. He can access it well, but he cannot control to his full capacity like Goku has. So he can use it on a brief moment. He can dual access Kaioken times 10. He would have learned it from both Piccolo and Goku throughout the 1 year time skip. As for the humans, I must say that their powers are ranging from 10,000 to 8,000 at best. For Chaozu, I must say he has a power of 3,000 and he can use Kaioken times 5 with no strain, because their bodies are much more durable. The Saiyans will still arrive, and I want to say that they do not cause the same collateral damage that they would have caused in a cannon because of the Z fighters actually intervening in the landing. When they land, Nappa decides to scan their power levels. With seeing the humans' power level, he's actually surprised because if you're wondering, they're surprising their power levels, but they are actually almost close to Nappa's. Nappa has a power level of 6,000. Nappa is actually take on the humans, but that is the biggest mistake he would have done. Vegeta decides to do a power ball and to recover his energy as he sees Nappa find the humans. The humans actually stand their ground a lot, and Piccolo decided to join him, even allowing Gohan to join as well. They will easily defeat Nappa, with Vegeta deciding to not hold back and turn to Great Ape. Goku would have decided to come Vegeta by himself. And the battle would have been really easy for Vegeta at most, but Goku would have used Kaioken during the first level of it, and easily overpower Vegeta. Vegeta would decide to use Gallic Gun while being his great form. While Goku powers up a Kamehameha, but he decides to do something new. He decides to combine Kaioken with his Kamehameha, and if he does so, this makes the Kamehameha twice more powerful than it was, instantly developing Vegeta's attack and almost killing him. But Goku decides to still spare him, but instead of just letting him take away with his ship, he decides to just stay here on Earth. So yeah. After Vegeta wakes up after a day, and I'm gonna say that Bone still makes the gravity ship because they will find out about Frieza through Vegeta's scouter. So yeah. They decide to take on trip to Namek with taking Vegeta out after giving him a senzu bean. Vegeta will get a healing boo, a Zenkai, and that'll give him a pretty neat Paulo. Actually surpassing the humans because of the injury being actually near death. So putting his Paulo below Gohan having a Paulo of at least 30,000. Which is actually interested in that form of Goku. We always explain that this is Super Saiyan God. It's not a regular Super Saiyan, but it's a godly version of it. Vegeta will be interested in finding that transformation. Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo would have decided to go to Namek. If you're wondering why Gohan is not going, I'm gonna say he's not going because he needs to still train Super Saiyan God. He's not ready yet. After Goku returns from Namek, he wants to help Gohan control it way better. For everything, I'm gonna say that they arrive the same as the original, except that they arrived 2 days early. But that does not mean that they gain slight gains. Goku gains a power level of 800,000 due to a God Key and the initial boost of gravity training. Piccolo gets a power level of 500,000, and Vegeta, as stated, is at a power level of 400,000. Being close to Piccolo because of the constant Zenkais, he's actually closing the gap, but he's still not closing the gap between himself and Goku. But Vegeta does act Super Saiyan in a couple of days, frustrated by himself being too weak, not strong enough to even defeat Kakarot, a low-class Saiyan. Now, Vegeta would have not mastered Super Saiyan, but he managed to achieve it. He can better control it because of Goku helping him, so yeah. They will still manage to create Dragon Balls much more easier, and Goku can actually use Super Saiyan God to make his ki undetectable to anyone, making him much more easier to grab the Dragon Balls. For Piccolo and Vegeta, they will go to Guru, and Guru will unlock their potential. Goku will still arrive, being much more faster, and manage to get his potential unlocked as well. There's no max potential at their peak. I want to say that they'll manage to get the potential unlocked at peak because Goku will manage to speed up the process. Vegeta having the loss of their power levels, but still managed to actually outclass Piccolo a little bit, having a power level of 5 million in base. Piccolo having a power level of 3 million, and Goku having a base power level of 20 million. Now Goku can use Kaioken times 20 with no strain to his body at base. Now, if you're wondering, Frieza would actually heard about Raditz speaking about the Super Saiyan, so Frieza would have decided to slightly train. When Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo face Frieza, this Frieza is actually a lot stronger when he transforms to his final form. Frieza has actually in his final form at 10% has a power level of 100 million, which is surprising to Vegeta because he knows that he does not know how Frieza's final form is that strong, but this is only 10% of Frieza's power. Vegeta transforms instantly into Super Saiyan, knowing that he cannot defeat it in base. Vegeta uses Super Saiyan, but Frieza just powers up to 30% and increases his power to 300 million, easily beating Vegeta. Piccolo decides to step up to the plate and power up to Kaioken times 100. If you're wondering, Piccolo managed to reach that level in no time by just training in gravity. Now, this might have proved a little bit challenging to Frieza, but Frieza will just power up a little bit more and defeat Piccolo. Goku was actually stable to a plate, having a power of 10 million and better use of the Kaioken. He can easily defeat Frieza if he wanted to. Goku would have held back a little bit. And then he would have decided to not hold back, using Kaioken times 20, boosting his power to 400 million. Also, sorry if I made a mistake about saying that his power is 10 million, it's actually 20 million, sorry. So yeah. His power would have increased to 400 million. With Frieza actually being shocked, he powers up to the same state as Goku, but then he powers up a little bit more and overpowers him. Goku would transform instantly into Super Saiyan God, deciding to not hold anything back. Frieza, deciding to not hold himself back as well, transforms into something we had actually not seen before, his fifth form. Yes, Frieza in a couple of months would have managed to not achieve going Frieza. He would not train hard enough to actually gain that power, but he managed to gain fifth form of his final form, increasing his power to actually slightly close a gap between him and Goku. Even though God Ki is incredibly powerful, Frieza's potential is not to be slacking. So yeah, they have an intense battle, and this battle is incredible, even much closer than it was in the original. But Frieza decides to not take anything back and kills Piccolo. Goku seeing not only his friend but also rival dying, Goku would have spoken in rage and roared so loud that he shakes the universe. He transforms into something beyond Super Saiyan God. This was Super Saiyan Blue. Goku has finally achieved the next stage to his transformation. And with this power boost, Goku easily defeats Frieza with a Kamehameha. Vegeta would have been surprised by Goku's power, but Goku actually having a much more clear mindset than the original because of Super Saiyan God. Being infused with Super Saiyan would have actually given him a much more good state of mind. Using Nameki's Dragon Balls, Goku would rise Piccolo and brings him back to Namek. I'm gonna say that Nameki's will still use the Dragon Balls to get to a new location, and all Nameki's are safe. Honestly, that everything goes the same way as the original, but with Vegeta actually not going off planet. He does not do that, and he stays on Earth. So yeah, that's going to part 2 of What If Goku's Born God Ki. Hope you liked it, enjoy it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below of what you think about this part. Bye.